Hello everybody, it's Stephen here for The Idiot Quilter and welcome to my weekly episode. This is episode number 289 for December the 3rd, 2024. Not that many sleeps before Christmas, right? It'll go fast. Yep. So let's jump right into what I've been working on. And of course, I said I wasn't going to make any more Christmas projects, but then I saw this, and this is a pattern called Christmas Tree Table Runner by Stephanie Stitches. And Stephanie's patterns are always wonderful, and this one's really quick to put together, and it will work in almost any color scheme that you can think of. You don't even have to have it as a Christmas theme. You could do it in fall colors. You could have something springy about it. It works well with, I think, anything that you can think of. Yeah, I had a little mental fart there for a second. So this is the top. It's all completed. Now, I'm hoping today I'm going to get a chance to throw it on Lucy and quickly get it quilted, and then I can get it bound, and it is done. I don't have any place for it, but it's always good to have another Christmas item. Might need if anybody invites us out to a fabulous Christmas party. Yeah, that doesn't happen. But anyways, yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. So if you want it, I do have a link for it in the show notes below, which is Stephanie's store online. And another thing, okay, letting you have a little sneak peek at this, I am developing these 3 blocks into a quilt pattern. I'm writing a quilt pattern for this. This is not the color scheme I'm going to use in the final version of this. This was just a prototype to see what was necessary to make these blocks. And I think it's going to be a really cool quilt. You can't really tell that from what I'm showing you here, but trust me, I think it'll be cool. And on that note, I'm also working on another pattern design, which is very, very modern. Also very, very ancient in its looks. So I worked on that yesterday when I should have been doing other things, but I got waylaid, as one does. And so I have got a, a block of that made, just a prototype, and I'm writing the pattern as I go along. But I have been into electric quilt, and I have designed that quilt I'm working on, and I have designed this quilt in electric quilt as well. I'm using electric quilt a little bit more these days as I develop patterns. I'm still far from being an expert on it. There is a steep, very steep learning curve. I feel like Sisyphus, and I'm rolling that quilt rock up the hill, and it's rolling back on top of me at times. Plus, I've got other things to do as well. Like, for example, I'm preparing my little swag bags that I take down to the retreat in December, and I've got this little decoration, excuse me, frog in my throat, that I'm going to attach to the outside of each bag. There's a couple of other things that go with this. I don't know what you'd call it, a swag fob, a swag bag fob or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I need to come up with a term. But yeah, so these take a while. These take a good hour and a half to do. They're freestanding lace, but I think they look pretty good. And oops, nope, don't want to go there yet. Okay, so that's everything I have been working on this week. And as I said, I have lots of projects, and I've got to start figuring out what I'm taking down to Stephanie's retreat at the end of the month to work on. And probably maybe a couple of my quilt patterns, get some of those blocks under my belt, as well as I'm working on the Barn Darn sampler. And yeah, I've only got the 2 big blocks done. I haven't done any more, so really got to get on with that. I don't know about you, but this is a busy time of the year, and I'm sure it is for everybody. But it's very easy to get overwhelmed with the projects you want to do, and I'm trying not to, but every day I have a long list of things I want to accomplish. And you want to know something? Some of those things have to get pushed over to the next day, and that is not a good thing. It's not, because that's when you start to feel overwhelmed. So I'm trying my best to get what I need to get done, so I can enjoy life down in Georgia at the end of the month. Yeah. Okay, so what's happening? What's new? Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen on Wednesdays as usual, 9 a.m. start time. Come and go as you please. Link is in the show notes. So did a little shopping on Friday. Well, of course, because it was Black Friday. Were there any deals to be had at quilt stores? Not the ones I went to. There was a little bit, and I did get some. I wouldn't call them bargains. I would call them regular items that go on sale regularly. Okay, put it that way. So let me see here. First of all, we went to Quilter Quilting. And I went up there, and I got to go up there again this week because what do you know it? I go up there last Friday. They say nothing about the Santa sack that I ordered way back. And so I get an email yesterday. Yeah, Santa sack's ready for picking up. So off we will go one day this week. Anyways, I don't know if we'll go today or Thursday or Friday, whatever. Pick up the Santa sack. And Santa sack is like an advent calendar, but it's not listed off day by day. It's just a bunch of stuff in a bag. Well, that makes it sound kind of chintzy, but it's not. It's a lot of fun. I've gotten it the last 2 years, I think, when they've had it. And I've never really been disappointed in what I pay for it and what I'm getting. So I'm excited about opening this up for you. And so we will do it as an unboxing, or in this case, an unbagging, because it usually comes in a bag. And I mean a nice bag. Well, the last couple of years, they've made these bags and they've embroidered them on the outside. So they're like keepable bags. But Walter and I will probably open it up either this week or probably next week on So Chatty. This week on So Chatty, we're going to be finishing up the Windmill, the freestanding lace, freestanding applique windmill we've been working on over the last couple of weeks. So this week's the last of that segment, and we'll be assembling it and showing you how you do that. So yeah, so it'll probably be the week after that we'll do the Kawartha Santa sack. But while I was at Kawartha Quilting, of course, I went there because I needed some wide back fabric for the Quilt of Valor top that you've already seen in previous episodes. So you can see to the left, that is the fabric that I got. It was on sale. Their wide backing, well, anywhere you buy wide backing, it's not particularly cheap because you're buying 108 inches of fabric. So usually with Kawartha Quilting, they're on the upper scale as far as price of wide back is concerned, but they have a good selection of wide backs, not wide backs. You know, it's only 5:53 in the morning. Maybe it is too early. Anyways, I got that. I got 3 meters of it. It was 25% off, so yeah. And not what I had in my mind for the back of that quilt. I wanted something like that, but with maple leaves on it, and it's just not easy to get. And right now, because we're going through a postal strike, you don't want to order anything online that needs to be shipped. So yeah, but this will work. It will work. And then while I was in there, I happened to see this Kreative Grids Stripology ruler, the Stripology Squared. I've wanted this one for a while. And to be honest, I keep forgetting about getting it because I think I can get it on Amazon, something like that. However, they had one hanging on the wall. They are not particularly inexpensive. This was about $81, but it was 25% off. So, yep, I nailed it. And so now I have 3 Stripology rulers. I have the small one, I have the really big one, and I have this one. And I don't know if there's another one in the set or not. I should do a little research and see. I think there might be. But I love the Stripology rulers. In fact, I probably reach for a Stripology ruler when I'm cutting more often than I will use my AccuQuilt. Because these are just a little easier than getting the AccuQuilt out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my AccuQuilt, but everything has its place, don't you know? So that's what I bought. Walter actually bought some thread, which is an interesting story because he went online and saw that they had some micro quilter threads on sale. He wanted this. It's a lighter thread. He wants it for sewing pockets on his shirts and things. They will truly be completely invisible. They're invisible now, but you can still see a little bit of the stitching around it. But he wants to not even see that. So, and he knows that I use superior mono poly thread for my bindings and everything, and I love it. I mean, I don't like working with it because you can't see it. It's like 100 weight, and it's like, if your thread breaks, you're trying to thread your machine and find it. It isn't easy, especially at my age with my eyesight. But anyways, I like it. And so he picked up, I think, 4 or 5 spools in different shades of this, but it was supposed to be on sale for regular price was supposed to be something like $14.99 a spool. It was supposed to be on sale for 40% off that price, which made it around $8.99 or something like that. And when we got to the store and he picked up the threads that he wanted, they were um, marked as $14.99, a little sticker on the side shelf. When he took them up to the cash register, she puts it in and she's putting it in at $16.99, and that's what's coming up on her cash register. Terminal. I guess they call them terminals now. Cash register. Oh my God, dating myself there, aren't I? But anyways, and Walter says, but wait, he says, that's not the price. They're on sale, aren't they? And she says, well, she didn't think they were. So Walter whips out his phone, goes onto the web page and goes, there it is. And even at that point, she's looking at it and, well, wait, the price is $16.99 a spool. Walter says, it says on here the regular price is $14.99 and it's 40% off that. So she calls up to the boss, her name is Philippa, and said to her, and Philippa said, oh, there's been a mistake. And they blamed it on Zach. Zach is her son and also works at the store as well. I love Zach. Zach's a great guy. Philippa's a great lady too. They all are there. Anyways, yeah, she said, someone's going to die. Anyways, Walter got it for $8.99 a spool. So bonus, but that's Walter. He finds a sale and sales find him, and he often walks into a situation where he gets things at a really good price. I have a feeling the price suddenly changed though on their website after we left. After that. Okay, so anyways, he got some stuff too. Now, then we decided on Saturday, I needed a few Floriani threads and I want to get out of the house. And so I said, let's go down to Ultimate Sewing. I need these threads. I said, I'm not buying any fabric though. I don't need any fabric. Yeah, okay. Let me show you. Yeah, I bought fabric. I did get my thread. Quite a bit of it actually, Floriani. I'm using it. I need it more red in different shades because my freestanding lace maple leafs used up my supply pretty well. Anyways, then I saw these and I went, ooh, pretty, 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 pretty. And of course, Walter's an enabler. He goes, I said, oh, I don't really need those. He says, yeah, but they're really nice. You should get them. Yeah, and I did. So, and I had to have one of every color, except I didn't get the pink. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. So I got 2 meters of each of these. So yeah, $250 later, I came out of Ultimate Sewing. Merry Christmas to me. So yeah. Do I have anything planned for that fab? No, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. In fact, I think I just came up with something. As I said that. I'm not going to tell you though, it's a secret. Okay, so moving right along. So I've already mentioned that this past week on So Chatty, we showed you the stitching out of all the pieces. They're all done now. They're all ready to go for assembly. So that's what we'll be talking about this Friday, how you put it all together, some of the specialty tools that I use for putting together, not necessary to have, but will help you a great deal with these kind of projects, and also they're not that expensive to have. So we'll talk all about that on Friday, so be sure to tune in to So Chatty for that. And okay, so this is the last few days when you can buy raffle tickets for my quilt that I donated to Hope Air. You've heard me talk about this whole thing. I don't know how this is all going to turn out, but December the 5th, that which is this Thursday, I believe. Yeah, this is today's the 3rd, right? Yeah, 4th. Yeah, that would be Thursday. At 4:59 p.m. the raffle closes, and they'll be making the draw. So I will tell you how that all turns out and who the winner is on here probably, well, once I know. I'm still wondering how the heck they're going to get my quilt, or how the person that's winning it's going to get my quilt. I'm not shipping it. And if you watch Stephen and Walter live the last couple of weeks, you know why I say that. But anyways, yeah, I'll bring you up to date when I'm up to date. Okay, this Saturday, December 7th, starting at 8 a.m., virtual doors open at 8 a.m., I'm having a pop-up sew day Christmas edition. Already talked about this. Link is in the show notes below. Those of you on my mailing list got the link yesterday sent to your email box. And yeah, we're going to have a great time. Come festive, work on whatever. Probably got some of those last minute Christmas gifts you want to get done. So excellent opportunity for doing that. If you want to decorate anywhere around you, get in the festive mood, wear an ugly sweater, put some beely boppers, antennas, I don't know, light up things on your head, feel free to do so. Yeah, we're going to have prizes as well. I'm going to do a lot of draws for a lot of patterns that have Christmas theme to them. And we're going to have show and share throughout the day, show and share. If you've got some special little item that's sort of related to Christmas, whether it is a gift you're making for somebody right now or something you made years ago or got years ago or something with, a Christmas ornament or that means something to you, anything Christmas, okay, that you might want to show, we'll be here to see it. Yeah, it'll be fun. And I'm looking into another couple of little things as well to make the day just a little bit more special. And of course, we're celebrating all the December baby birthdays because, as I've said before, December babies get usually shortchanged on their birthdays, especially those that are born, closer to Christmas Day. Because, I mean, how many times have you heard for December baby the thing, yeah, this is your birthday present and your Christmas present? Well, you cheap bugger. It's two different events. Should get two different presents. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. Well, festive. Yes, festive. Did you like that? Let's do it again. Oh, confetti this time. Okay. Whatever. I am a party in my head. Okay. So another exciting thing coming up on both Stephanie's channel and my channel, Stephanie Stitches and my channel, is the Missouri Star Quilt Company Christmas box unboxing, Christmas Advent box unboxing, Jenny Doan's Christmas box unboxing, whatever you want to call it. And that starts on December the 5th. Stephanie and I work together, so you can either watch it. We've already pre-recorded it. We did it in groupings of 5 items. So we have a video released on both our channels on December the 5th, and then another 5 on December 10th, and the next 5 on December 15th, etc., right up to Christmas Day. So I know there are other content creators out there that got the box. They've already started on opening it up, but ours is a little bit unique because we have a lot of fun doing it, and there's 2 of us, and you never know what's going to come out of my mouth about these things, and we rate them, and we pick our best and our worst out of it all. So it's going to be fun. So yeah, this Thursday, December the 5th, the first one drops on Stephanie's channel and my channel. They're both the same. You pick and choose whoever you want to go to. I won't be upset if you just decide you want to watch them all on Stephanie's channel. I won't be hurt much. No, really. I'll get over it. I will. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah. So I do not, I'll see if I can put a link. I'm not sure because it's pre-scheduled. Anyways, you'll find it on our channel. It won't be hard to see, but I will see if I can put a link into the show notes for this, for the first one. Yeah, today. But of course, it will not be available to you until December the 5th, 8 a.m. Okay, Eastern Time. All right, and another special event coming up. We haven't done one of these in a while, and that's the social review. And That involves Stephanie and Russ of Quilt Meets World and Walter and myself. And we're getting together to chat about our favorite YouTube channels. However, these are not necessarily quilting and sewing channels. I mean, I think you've heard me say this before. We're not one-trick ponies. We have a variety of interests, all of us do. And we're picking some that could be related to sewing and quilting, but we're also going to talk about some that, have nothing to do with quilting and sewing that we go to on a regular basis. Stephanie has put the links for what we're going to talk about in the show notes for that live as well. So you'll be able to, click on that and go to those channels, check them out if those are something you might be interested in as well. But I'm sure we're going to have a great time. It is a YouTube live, so we encourage you to get involved in the conversation as well while we're doing all of this. Because without you, we're just talking to each other, which isn't a problem. We talk to each other all the time. But, we need some variety, so you're the variety. Yeah, in that. So that is coming up on Thursday, December the 19th, okay, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to tune into that. Oh, yeah, I won't put the link in this one because that's too far in advance. I will put it in a few days before. Well, whenever my Idiot Quilter would be the 17th edition of the Idiot Quilter, the link will be there for the social review. Yeah. But I will try to put the one down for the Christmas box in there. Are you confused now? Because I'm confusing myself. It happens. Too many things going through my little brain. Yeah, right now. Now, I was very busy this week getting up my Christmas decorations. And, well, the end result I'd like to show for you. You may have already seen it because I did mention this yesterday on my vlog. But if you're interested in seeing how I decorated my house this Christmas, and I have to tell you, my style is what I call traditional eclectic, which means it's just a whole lot of stuff put everywhere. Might be a bit of a mess. I don't know. But that's just the way it is. So if you'd like to see that, there is a link for it in the show notes below. Okay, let's get on with this. Subscribers quilt of the week comes from Jean Lewis. This week's quilt from a subscriber comes from Jean Lewis, and Jean Lewis sent us this beautiful table runner that's circular, which are not easy to do, and you do need special rulers for these as well. But here's what she says. She says she got the binding done and the completed photo is attached. And she says the pattern is called Windmill Swirl by Cheryl Phillips. It was a digital download, and it's available as a digital download or in a pattern book called Quilts Without Corners. You do need, she says, a required ruler, which is called the 10-degree ruler. And the pattern size is diameter of 50 inches, but she downsized it to 39-inch diameter. She said it was much easier to sew than she expected. Having an applique center circle avoids all the seams in the center and allows you to cut a smooth circle the size you want. So this is actually really beautiful. It's very modern in the way that it looks. And I love the quilting you've done around it as well with the little swirls, which I think fit in very nicely to the whole circular pattern. These types of table runners, circular ones, can be challenging, but with the right ruler, and as Gina's already mentioned it, and a little patience, you can do it. And I know that the binding is sometimes, for some people, a very difficult thing on circular, but I have done binding on circular objects before, and as long as you make your binding a bias binding, it is very, very easy. So this is wonderful, Jean. I absolutely love it, and I love your color palette as well. I think this would go with any decor with any time of the year. So thank you for sharing your beautiful creation with us, Jean. And I am running low on quilts to show on here, so if you've got something you would like me to show, one picture only, please, and a little blurb about it. 50 words, no more or less, actually less. 50 words or less. Put it that way. Yeah, that's what I mean. And just send that to my email. You'll find my email address in the show notes. And yeah, I'll be happy to feature one of your lovely creations here. All right, so that takes me to YouTube of the week. And this is from one of the local quilt stores to me in my area, Quilter's Cupboard. And they do something every year called Reindeer Games. And yes, it is a business ploy to get you to buy things, but it's kind of fun. So here's my review of what that is. This week's YouTube video comes from a quilt store that's in my area called the Quilter's Cupboard. And every year they do something called Reindeer Games. And these are a series of videos showing you what they have sale over a period of about 8 days. And I think this is a great video, not from the standpoint of view of ordering from this particular store, although you could if you wished, but really to get some ideas for gifts maybe, or for creating a wish list you might want to give to somebody in your household as to what you would like for Christmas as a quilter. They review a whole bunch of products over the course, as I said, of 8 days. So I'm sure there'll be something in there that you've never heard of before, or something that you can think of someone you would like to give a gift to that might be a quilter or sewist that you are, that's in your life. So check this out for inspiration and ideas. Check out all the videos. I've listed day 5, but as I said, there are 8 days in total. So you can just go to their YouTube channel and you'll find all the other videos as well. But this one is listed in the show notes below. Okay, so that takes me to future projects. And this is really not a project as more as it could be a tool to use with your embroidery machine and with quilting. And it's a half square triangle block from Kreative Kiwi. And here's what I'm talking about. This week's future pattern is a free pattern, but it's for those of you that have embroidery machines. Sorry, everybody else. This is to do a very simple half square triangle block. But the beauty of this is it's done in the hoop, and you can easily do quite a few of these. They'll all be accurate in no time at all. And it comes in a variety of sizes. It is by Kreative Kiwi. It is free half square triangle block. And the word free is that this is free. And the link is in the show notes below. But they show you different things you can make with these blocks. Like they're showing you here a very simple pillow. They tell you the finished sizes for all of these, and they have other ideas for layouts. Now you could, in theory, do an entire quilt with this. And you see here, they have a few more ideas as well. And there you have a small wall hanging, a baby quilt. You can even do a bag or a larger quilt. There's a larger quilt right there. So, if you have trouble with half square triangles, getting them accurate, this might be a pathway for you to go, again, if you own an embroidery machine. I have never tried to make an entire quilt using just my embroidery machine, making the blocks, but this is something that I might try in the new year. So down the road, I might try to make a quilt using that block, and there are other blocks that they have as well, and just see, if there's an advantage to doing that. All right, moving on here to what I'm working on. So here's a lot of different things that I have been working on in the past week. So what am I working on this week? Well, pretty much what most people are probably working on right now if you give handmade gifts at Christmas time is your Christmas presents for people. So this is a set of tea towels that I've embroidered for my sister. They all have the same pattern, the gnome with the little butterflies and things like that, because yeah, gnomes are sort of my signature thing. And I made her napkins, and these are Christmas napkins, although you could use them, throughout the winter or whatever, because the pattern is a little bit subtle. It doesn't really scream Christmas at you because of the color combination. And of course, and I think I've shown these before, I made her a set of napkin rings, which are basically little Santa hats on they're little elves, I guess. I have shown this, and I'm not going to undo it because I've got it all wrapped up, but I made her a table runner as well. with this Christmassy stuff. So now I'm debating whether I'm going to make her a tote bag and put this all in the tote bag, or I don't know. I have to see. I could make one of those small wine tote bags that I made for my hairdresser. That doesn't take all that long. I might do that. We'll see. So that's one of the things I'm working on. I'm also working on this, as I've already mentioned. I'm working on Stephanie Stitch's Christmas tree table runner, which she was offering free up until American Thanksgiving. But I think you can get it now on her Etsy store. And I think I have a link for that in my show notes. I better double check and make sure that's there. I am also working on a pattern. And this is the pattern I've designed in EQ. These are not the colors I'm going to use. But if you remember, I got the Jason Yenter fabrics from Walter for Christmas. And I've started the prototype of the blocks to see how they'll turn out. And I think this is going to work. Writing a pattern is not an easy thing. And then speaking of not an easy thing, well, I've still got the barn star, the 2 blocks here. I haven't done anything yet. Sorry for the angle. It's a very weird angle I'm standing at here. I haven't worked on any more blocks for that, but I think I'm going to look at those, start getting the pieces cut out, I think. And I'm going to take that down to Georgia, maybe with me, to work on there. So yeah, I've been a busy beaver. So that takes me to online quilt stores this week. And this one is called Suzy Quilts. And it's not really a quilt store. It's more of a resource for patterns and techniques and things like that. So here's my review of Suzy Quilts. This week's online quilt store is a little different from what I usually review because I don't think this particular quilt store has any fabric. Yes. This is their front page. It's called Suzy Quilts, and I'm not sure where they're located. Let's just quickly go to the bottom of the page, and maybe we can find that. I don't see it here. Okay, well, we'll come back to it. We'll figure this out together. Well, let's look under their About, and we may find something here. Okay, thoughtfully designed pattern, beautiful DIYs, creative community, showing sustainability. So this is a shop that sells a lot of patterns from, I think, various designers, because they show their team here and they show their creative contributors. So I think they help promote people who actually make patterns for quilts. They show best-selling products, quilt patterns. We'll come back to that, but I'm still looking to see where they are located, and I am not finding anything here. Let's go back to their front page and see if there's something there. No. So I am not sure where they are located. Maybe we'll stumble along that eventually. Oh, there is an FAQ. So let's go to that and see if it tells us anything. Frequently asked questions, orders and refunds, quilt patterns, buying and selling quilts, recommendations, sewing community, affiliate links, privacy policy. They have their email. Okay, but again, I have no idea where they're located in Canada. But then that probably doesn't matter because this is a completely online store. So let's go back to that front page to start with and see what we can find. So they have something called the cutting table. Join today for monthly quilt patterns and tutorials. So it sounds like there's a membership. Sewing patterns and free projects. For modern, easy to follow sewing patterns to free crafty tutorials. We're striving to be your favorite source of inspiration in the coziest corner of the internet. They have a blog, new on the blog, 5 ways to wrap gifts with fabric. Okay. Patchwork star on clothes tutorial and free advent calendar patterns. So they have freebies. New on the cutting table. Let's party. This is issue 23. So it looks like they have sort of an online magazine. November 2024 block of the month. And a patchwork triangle pillow. Adventureland. Buy now, buy now. Well, what's the buy now? Let's see what we get. Okay, so these are patterns and they're digital downloads. So this is what they specialize in, are patterns. So if we go up here to shop, we have quilt patterns, craft patterns, gift certificates, oops, favorite tools, favorite books. So quilt patterns. Let's take a look. Okay, they have some things listed on sale and new, and some very modern looking patterns as well, and they have quite a few pages of patterns. And yeah, there's quite a variety here. And the prices look like they range from about $9.80 to $10.50 for a pattern. Oh, there's one for $4.90. So really the prices on their patterns are not bad. And as I said, there's quite a variety here, and most of them have a very modern look to them. So if you're into modern, you can, this might be the place to go. Now, here they have categories for filtering down your search: on sale, difficulty level, beginner or moderate, quilt size, everything from a pillow to a king size, pre-cuts. So I'm curious about that because lately I've been looking for fat quarter patterns. So let me see what they have here. If there's anything, well, they have quite a few that are fat quarter friendly. So I may have to pursue this a little bit further because I'm looking for ones to use up my Jason Yenter fabrics with, and I've got fat quarters. Well, you can also do it by techniques: blocks on point, curves, and flying geese, and half rectangle triangles, half square triangles, improv, stitch and flip. So yeah, really their search for patterns is quite good. Okay, let's go back to shop. Craft patterns, I'm curious about that to see what we have. And so you've got machine cover pattern, placemats. Oh, cute little Christmas tree decoration. Tote bag, and baby bundle. Several things for baby. Looks like a baby blanket and some toys and things. So, okay. What else? Shop. Gift certificates, favorite tools, favorite books. So, favorite tools, I guess notions. So, yeah, what you would expect. Yeah, okay. And the last category, that favorite books. And let's see what comes up here. So, yeah, so they also have book, but these aren't really pattern books. Well, they might be. Yeah, there's some of them are pattern books. Some of them are about other things too that are related as well to quilting. Okay, the cutting table. This is where they have a subscribers page, past issues. So this looks like it's a membership kind of thing. As subscribers, you have access to all past issues of the cutting table. Each issue contains tutorials, videos, and more, in addition to beautiful photos and content. The first post in each issue is a letter from the editor, Suzy Williams. She gives further insight into the issue's theme, how it came to fruition, if there are certain sewing techniques that need special care. Because this is a living digital mini magazine, no post is archived, which means you can comment on any of them and expect a response within our typical 48-hour window. Whether you have a question, a helpful suggestion, or just a word of encouragement saying that you enjoyed the content, your voice will be heard. Friends, we can't wait to see you around the cutting table. Okay, so let's take a look at issue 1 and see what we can expect here. Okay, so we're not going to see very much. There looks like there's videos. It's a digital magazine, 65 audio books and podcasts to listen to while sewing. Okay, so these are the contents, but you can't get in unless you subscribed to it. But it looks like there's a lot of interesting content. So let's say we wanted to subscribe. What would it cost us? Let's take a look at this. 25% off. That's 3 months free of our annual subscription. Monthly pattern download, 3 posts, 1 free quilt pattern, 1 monthly newsletter, unlimited access, exclusive discounts. Okay, this is what you get. Well, I don't know if this is pricey or not. $97.49 per year right now. Monthly subscription you can get for $2.99 per month. Well, that's not really out of the way, because if you buy a magazine, a quilting magazine on a newsstand here in Canada, that's going to cost you that amount or even a little bit more. So it's an interesting concept. I'm not going to sign up for it, but yeah, okay. So that's not bad. So what about they have a blog. So they have tutorials, bags, DIY home, garments, holiday kids, scrap fabric projects. Let's check on that one and see. We all have scraps. Patchwork turn clothes, hot Noel, hot pad pattern, sewing with kids, 20 projects to make together, make a framed quilt block. Okay, are these free? And okay. Fabric requirements, all right, for it. I'm just looking at tips for fabric selection. Cut the fabric. Okay, so these are free. So good resource if you're looking for some free projects to do. Okay, so let's just go back here. And yeah, they've got quite a few interesting free quilted Christmas stocking, tote bag. Yeah, and there's quite a few pages of this. So very good resource, I think. They also have a sew along. Let's take a look at that and what's involved. Do you want to learn all our best tips and tricks about your favorite patterns? Join our sew-alongs anytime and make your quilt at your own pace. There's no need to sign up for sew-alongs. Simply follow along with our blog posts every week during a new sew-along, or read through old sew-alongs below any alongs. Let me read this, or red lips. Old sew-alongs below anytime you're starting a new pattern. Each sew-along has multiple blog posts packed with top techniques and quilting advice directly from Suzy Quilts team. And the best part is they're always available on our website. For community fun and support, join the Suzy Quilts Patterns Facebook group and post your sew-along progress to Instagram. Okay, so let's take one, for example, gather. Let's see what we've got here. It's taking a bit. Okay. Week 7, week 6. Okay, so basically they have, these are free sew along, like tutorial kind of things. So that's also an excellent resource as well. So I'm thinking, I still don't know where in Canada they are actually physically located, but I guess it doesn't matter since they are a online resource. So basically it's a resource. So this makes it really difficult for me to rate this, because I rate quilt stores. This is not really a quilt store. It's a place where you can go for inspiration, learn new techniques, and download and buy patterns. So I'm not to give it a rating, but I have to say that I think it is a very good resource. So you may want to check Suzy Quilts out. So that brings me to the end of this episode of The Idiot Quilter. I hope I will see some of you on our sew day, Stephanie and Stephen's sew day, tomorrow, Wednesday, starting at 8 a.m. Come and go anytime, though, that you wish. And of course, I'm hoping to see many of you, if you can make it. I know it's a busy time of the year, this coming Saturday, December the 7th, for my special Christmas edition of The Idiot Quilter Pop-Up Sew Day. I hope you have a great week. I hope you're not getting too overwhelmed with everything you probably need to do before Christmas Day. Just enjoy the time. Yeah, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.